Hi everyone, welcome to another video, and today it's part 2 of my spooky slash paranormal stories, and it's also Spookathon episode number 19. Back to the video. And if you like this sort of videos, if you have stories of your own, please consider subscribing to this channel because we are spooky all year round. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you have your stories of your own, if you want to share with us, please feel free to do that in the comments below. Alright, so let's jump to the video. So again, as the first video was a little bit lengthy, I'm not sure how it ended up on the editing phase, but this one I think is going to be lengthy as well. So I'm going to do one story today, and on the next video I'm hoping I can squeeze the 2 other stories because they are smaller. I'm going to tell a story about a friend of mine. I'm not going to mention his name, but he was a friend of mine, and I'm 30 years old and we are 3 years apart, and so he was 26 or 27 years old. Things happen in life, everyone follows their own path. I remember that I used to follow him on Instagram and on Twitter, and I don't know guys, I think we just lost contact, and I saw every once in a while some posts of him, but I never got in touch or anything. But I always felt him very dear to me in my heart, but I never kept contact. I have this issue, I care of people, but I am more on my own, so I'm not that kind of friend that keeps talking every single day, or I lose contact with people, and when I go back talk to them, it's no time has passed at all. So most of my friendships nowadays are like this, we talk every once in, I don't know, in months, and everything is alright between us. Well, anyway, so we lost contact, and when I have his mother on Facebook, and I saw a post of his mother saying things like, please pray for my son, he's not well. And I saw this post, and right on the bottom of it, it was my son, his name, died. And I was like, what? He was 26, 27 years old. How's that possible? And then, only then, I started searching to see what happened. And I saw that he had diabetes, and he had gotten a lot of weight on that year. And I felt so bad. I felt so guilty, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm not going to much detail, but I did weight loss surgery in 2017, and I had so many health issues at the time. And after this surgery, I got my life back. I lost half of my weight. I lost 55 kilos. So I know what's living with extra weight in your life, and I had diabetes, and I thought I felt so bad, guys. I felt so bad because I thought that, oh, if I had if I kept in contact with him, if I wasn't this lonely person that I feel that I am sometimes, perhaps I could have been a better friend, and I don't know, have given him tips or shared with him the name of my doctor so he could go in an appointment, and perhaps he wouldn't have gotten to that point of so strong diabetes. That I'm not going to much detail of it because I don't want to, I don't know, to share a story that's not my own. So let's focus on just what's on my own of this story. So long story short, I was feeling so guilty on the couple of days of him passing. In Brazil, when you die, For example, so if you die, I don't know, on a Friday, on a Saturday you're going to be buried or cremated or whatever. So we don't have that mourning process of many days that I see that people have here in Ireland. So if you die in like 24 hours, you are buried already. Some time passed. I don't know, I think it was 5 or 6 days, and I was feeling so bad, guys. I felt so bad, and I was feeling guilty. I was feeling that I was a bad friend for him, and what was on my mind was that what I could have done for him. So if I was a better friend, I could have, I don't know, you know, I was feeling guilty. I was feeling that responsible for it somehow. And he was on my mind every day, and I cried so much, guys, so much, because I felt that his death was so unfair. You know, it was unfair. He was like, I even got emotional. He was on the beginning of his journey, of his life, and I was so guilty, guys, so guilty. And now it's a little bit of my beliefs. I thought that on the way that he passed, it was really traumatic, not for only the ones that stayed here, but also for him, for his soul. And I was wondering, I hope he's alright. I hope he's happy. I hope he's not traumatized. I hope that he accepts that his life is over and like he can move on. And this was all the things that were going through my mind at this time. And now is the fact itself that happened. So I had all of this in my mind at the time, and I was in bed with my husband. We were getting ready to go to sleep. So our bed, we used to live in Redmines in D6, Dublin 6. And our bed was like in the corner of a wall. And I slept on this wall. And my husband slept on the other side. So there was a little like a bedside table. And our phone charger was on this table. So my husband like turned his back to me to sleep, and I was like using the phone and seeing Facebook and everything else. And I got the phone, I locked my phone, I took my phone, and I like, my husband was like with his back to me, and I took my phone and I like passed over him to put on the bedside table for it to charge, and I removed my arm. When I removed my arm, I was still like on my side because I was just like doing this movement. When I was doing this, like returning to my original position so I could like sleep, but I was 100% awake, guys. I was just like putting my phone to charge. I heard on this ear, in only one ear, like if the mouth of the person was like this close to my ear. I didn't feel anything touching my ear, but I felt like it was this close. I heard like oi, which is the hi in Portuguese, and it was his voice. And he had a very particular voice, guys. I was like, what? And I thought it's him, and I remember his name. I thought it's him. And in this time frame of the high, I heard a second voice, a male voice that sounds much rougher, like much more like strong voice than his voice. That his voice was very like and I heard the second voice like from afar. Like, so for example, I'm the bed. I heard like his voice on my ear. I heard the second voice like it was on the door of the room. And I didn't understand a single word that this other voice said, but it was very quick. Like a second, guys, a second. And a enormous sleep came to me at once. Like I was drowsy. Someone like gave me on the vein. You know, it was like it was just like, I'm going to try to reproduce to you guys. So I was like this, and I heard the oi, and I was like, oh, it's him, and I slept. So quick, so fast. On the other day, it took me a while to realize that what happened, but I kept that to myself. I told my husband, and he believed me, but I felt so much better because his tone of his voice was so happy. It gave me like a feeling of happiness. So I truly believe that what this thing that I heard was the way of him showing to me like, I'm fine, everything's fine, I'm finally happy now. And this is the first part of this story. And some days passed, and his mother posted on Facebook, oh, my son, why aren't you coming to say goodbye to me too? You are doing this to everyone, but not for me. Why? And I saw this post, and I was like, what? I opened the chat to talk to her, and I was like, oh, hi, I'm sorry to bother you about this. Can you elaborate more on what do you mean by, oh, my son, why aren't you coming here to talk to me? And she said, oh, some people, she said, like, really, like short and direct. She said something like this. Oh, some people of my family are saying that her son came and talked to some people, but didn't come to talk to me. And I said, okay, please forgive me. I have something to tell you. And I told this story the exact same way. And she started crying. And she said, oh my God, I truly believe you, because she didn't like tell me all the details that happened with her family. And she said like this, oh, his brother heard him saying the same thing, the same way that happened to me. And he was wide awake. It was in the middle of the afternoon. All right, so this was his brother. And she also told me that her sister, so my friend's aunt, she said that she heard his voice, and when she looked in the direction of the voice, she saw her father, so it would be my friend's granddad, in the door. Of course, he's passed, and this little detail is the thing that made my friend's mom believe me, because how could I ever know that his grandfather was with him? And it was someone that I never met. I don't recognize his voice, and her own sister saw him. So that's the story. Of course, I'm removing a lot of details because I want to keep my friend in a respectful manner. And I feel emotional about this because this is one of the proofs that I needed to calm myself, like to rest, to calm my soul, that he was okay, that he was in peace. So this is one of my beliefs, that things happened when you need it. And yeah, that's it. So again, the story is very long. I noticed that I'll never be able to tell true stories in one video. So I hope you guys like this video. If you have experiences like my own, please leave them, or if you want, of course, to share with us your experiences, please leave them down below in the comment section. And that's it, guys. I'll see you guys into the next one.